And of course, Nasser Al-Johar is no stranger to the Saudi Arabia national team. This is his 5th appearance as national team coach, and he's even taken over after one match of an Asian Cup. It was back in 2000 when he replaced the outgoing Machara, and he took them all the way to the final as well. So that gives you some idea of just what Nasser Al-Johar is capable of. If he can rally the troops around after that opening match defeat, well, we'll know in just over an hour and a half's time. This is the second game for Saudi Arabia in Group B, and they're up against one of the surprise packets of the opening day in Jordan, who looked all set for a victory over the giants, Asian powerhouse Japan. They were leading by 1-0 on the stroke of half-time, and then in the 3rd minute of stoppage time at the end of the match, Japan managed to equalize, and perhaps easing some pressure on another big coach out here, Alberto Zaccheroni. It's the second day of Group B action here at the Asian Cup, and it's a must-win for Saudi Arabia and a must-win for Jordan as well. It promises much. As you can see, there's a healthy crowd in attendance, certainly healthy for this Asian Cup. We've got about 5,000 Saudi Arabia supporters, and about 2/3 that number sitting right alongside them, supporting Jordan. Before we get down to the business, it's time for the national anthem of Jordan. And the Saudi players applauding the Jordanian national anthem. And you can hear the reception that their anthem will receive. Well, Jordan turned a lot of heads in their opening display against Japan before Yoshida Maya broke their hearts deep in stoppage time at the end of the match. It's an intriguing group. Syria on top, followed by Jordan and Japan with 1 point. Saudi Arabia, well, they may have sacked their coach. They may have suffered a big opening day defeat, but they're still right in this one. There's the Jordan team. And I'm joined by Bernd Stenger, who, of course, the Jordan team coached by your former assistant, Adnan Ahmed.
Good friend, Iraqi coach, very successful coach of the year 2004 in Asia. There is only one change in the team of Jordan. Captain Hatem is out. He has got a knee injury, fighting after with Wolfsburg Hasebe in a tough battle.
And there's the Saudi Arabia starting 11. No revolution from the new man in charge, Nasser Al-Johar. 4 changes all the same, but 2 of those players, Naif Hazizi and Taiza Al-Jassam, both appeared off the bench in their opening defeat. In fact, Taiza Al-Jassam scored the goal for Saudi Arabia, which very briefly, for about 2.5 minutes, drew them level at 1 apiece early in the second half. 2 new faces then. Kamil Al-Musa comes in at the back. It's his international debut today for the number 7. And number 10, Mohammed Al-Shaloub, who's a 30-year-old with plenty of experience and plenty of goals to his name as well. He played no part against Syria, but is in the starting 11 today. The referee for this evening's encounter, Ali Al-Badwawi from the United Arab Emirates, being assisted by Saleh Al-Marzouki, his compatriot, and Kuwait's Yasser Marad, fourth official. Mr. Ben Williams, you'll see there in the center of your screen, who coached, perhaps rather controversially in the end, the opening match in Group A for Kuwait against China, which finished in a 2-0 victory for the Chinese. Well, there is your former assistant coach, Bernd Adnan Hamad. You went down and saw him a little earlier before kickoff. When was the last time you saw him? As we see Nasser Al-Johar, another coach who you know very well too.
Yeah, Adnan Hamad, he coached the Iraqi Olympic team, very successful at the Olympics 2004 in Athens, and he was so successful to beat Portugal 4-2 and finished on 4th. A great success for the Iraqis. Now he took over some Jordan teams, club teams, and now he's a leader of the national team. And he did a great job in his first match here during this tournament, and it was a big surprise around, and Japan was very, very happy, very lucky to score a goal in injury time. Even the new coach of Saudi Arabia, Yasser Al-Johar, is a well-known person, and he should change something, but at first he should change the attitude of one of the giants in Asian football. Their performance against Syria was a shock for all of us, fans, officials, journalists. We couldn't believe it. There was no commitment and no power. They have to do much more, and they will do so. I still rate them as a fantastic football team.
Well, this is the first meeting between these two sides in the Asian Cup. They've played 8 times outside of the continental showpiece. Jordan 3 wins, Saudi Arabia 5. Yet to have a draw, so that all bodes well for a good open match. And of course, one of the big questions in this intriguing group, Bernd, will be how can Jordan pull themselves up after what in the end was looking like a win and must feel like a defeat really with that late goal.
Only a couple of days time to bring them back, to motivate them, and hopefully they are not afraid to play against the favorites from Saudi Arabia. It's always very, very important not to be afraid, to be confident, and I trust them. They will play 4-2-3-1, one striker in front, and very, very massive in the defense, and it will be absolutely necessary because Saudi Arabia, they have a young, new, exciting striker, young guy.
We're underway at the Al Rayyan. Saudi Arabia need all 3 points. They have a new coach in charge in Nasser Al-Johar, but Jordan are looking to build on all the promise they showed and all the fighting spirit in their opening draw with powerhouse Japan. Just listen to the roar for Saudi Arabia as they come forward early. Immediately, it was the number 15, Abdul Atef, whose brother, Ahmed Atif, he played in the opening match. He has been dropped. It's an amazing football family, the Atif family. 5 of them all playing at Al-Shabaab, the 2 youngest in the youth sides. And it's a first corner for Saudi Arabia, and it's the man that scored the equalising goal, albeit briefly, against Syria, Taizir, to play it in towards the front post, left! And that was a great chance. Barely 62 seconds on the game clock. Al-Qahtani leaving it, and it was Osama who just couldn't nod the ball home. Came on him quickly.
Great start in this game. You can see the speed, and he's very, very motivated, naive, to show that he will be in the national team for a long, long time. He's a rising talent, and pro Saudi Arabia.
Just 22 years of age, the number 9 for Saudi Arabia, Naif Hazizi, a champion 2 seasons ago with Al Ittihad. He's already started the new campaign well as well. 5 goals in just 4 appearances. And he's already scored some important goals for the national side as well, 6 in 12. Well, he didn't score in his last appearance against Syria, where he got about 25 minutes off the bench. That means he's just about due a goal. Osama, who had that great chance to make the perfect start for Nasser Al-Johor's side. And here's one of the new players, Al-Shaloub, Kariri. Al-Shaloub again, nice little touch back, lovely play from the number 10. Ball in towards Abdo Latif. Yasser Al-Khattani wants the free kick, nothing given. Referee getting in the way, Saudi Arabia have it back. Ball towards Al-Khattani, who's got his head on it, deflected just wide. But the whistle had already gone. Naif, if it was he that got that last touch, wasn't far away. A little push from Yasser.
Yasser Al-Khattani is not so tall, only average 1.78 m, but he's one of the best headers in Asia, and you can see all his experience. He tries to create something, always with his head.
And it's a second half chance and more worry for Jordan. And your all-mate Adnan Hamad. Al-Khattani again, dispossessed this time. It's the man that scored against Japan. The number 18, Hassan Abdel Fattah, but he's given it away immediately, the number 18, who is sitting on a yellow card as well. 4 players on yellow cards in these two squads. That's a bad challenge on Shuhail. The referee's a long way from the action, but he spotted that one at any rate, and it's going to be a first booking of this one. And it goes to Jordan's number 9, O'Day Al-Saifi.
These fouls are absolutely unnecessary in this area of the pitch. But I believe Saudi Arabia, they have got the message of their coach, Yasser Al-Johar. They look very, very, very anxious from the first second. They are going for pressing, attacking the Jordan side. What a difference to their last performance versus Syria.
They looked lethargical in the first half, but clearly there were problems, relational problems between the coach, Jose Peseiro, and the players. He was under huge media pressure. Almost walked out of his pre-match press conference when he was assailed with questions about his future. Well, perhaps the media knew something that he didn't know. He was only to last about another 48 hours. Hassan. Ball inside. Amir. And for the number 14, Deeb. And it's the number 14, Deeb, who's playing as the lone striker for Jordan, with the number 9, O'Day on the left wing. 3 sitting in behind. One of those is Hassan, who is a real poison for opposition players. Abdo. Al-Khattani beaten to that one. Strong challenge from Shady. Abdo again. I don't think he was really looking for that one. Just making a decoy run. Hassan looking for the return ball. That's well played by Jordan. Deeb's touch, just a little underhit. And Osama across in cover. Well, it was a bright start for Saudi Arabia, but now we're seeing Jordan start to get back into their game plan as well.
Very slowly, they start to take control. But it will be very difficult because the Saudis are very, very compact. 4-4-2, 2 strong rows of defending and 2 strikers with Naif and superstar Yasser Al-Khattani.
So it's the first corner of the match for Jordan. Saudi Arabia almost scoring on 60 seconds with their first corner. In it's played, Naif heads away towards Al-Shaloub. That's going to be a throw for Jordan. Deeb taking it quickly. Shadi dispossessed, but not for long. Here comes Jordan again. It's a good ball towards O'Day, who is a regular goal scorer with the national side. Ball back in from the left from Bassem. but no problem for Walid. The number 7 left back, Kamil Al-Musa, came into the side for Mishal Al-Said. One of those 4 changes made by the new coach, who's standing out on the corner of his technical area. Saudi Arabia give it away again. Odaid's another high foot. Adnan Ahmed not happy at all with that challenge. Let's have a look. Oh, there wasn't too much in that from the number 14, Kariri, who is a tough character. I think he just caught him as they followed through after into that challenge. It's Baha Abdulrahman who's down injured. Still holding his arm, but play can continue. Baha forward towards Deeb. Oh, and Hassan almost pouncing there. Just about a loose ball. That's better from the Saudis. Al-Shaloub can't come away with it though. And there's a lot more energy from both sides immediately burning this one. Pressing coming all the way up the pitch.
Jordan, they're going for pressing now. Aggressive.
Odaid claims he was fouled, and again, they've won it back. Naif, touch for Al-Qahtani. It was just given too early. Odaid does that well. Gets the better of Kariri. Now can they get the return ball? Deeb. Turning one way, then the other. Amir. Oh, as Al-Shaloub just turns into trouble. The cross for Sawi. With a big up and under. Not the most convincing clearance. And now Al-Shaloub again. Well, he looks a player full of confidence, but he has to be careful with his dribbling. Not to give the ball away like he did just then, Al-Shaloub. Baba has taken another knock on an ankle. And now Al-Qahtani, Yasser, as he's got on the back of his shirt for this tournament. Sportingly playing.
Even Yasser Al-Qahtani is working very hard to win the ball back. He didn't do it in the first match today. He's committed to do such things. It's good to see if a captain works very hard to win the ball back, to be a role model for all the other players. But there is a little bit lack in the midfield of experience. There is not a player who shows with his body language, I will lead your team and I will direct this team to play slow or to play fast. It's a little bit missed in the Saudi Arabian team. A lot of runners, short guys, dribblers.
Well, Al-Qahtani was one of the real disappointments in that opening game, wasn't he? We expected so much from him.
Sometimes I believe that those players are without hunger. They are superstars in their countries. They are well-paid players. And even he had a chance to play in Europe. I believe in Premier League. He has been there for a trial, but then he prefers to stay at home in his country. Better life, superstar. He has his friends, a lot of money. And sometimes it seems to be those players are happy to stay at home.
Kariri for Osama. Kariri came through the youth ranks alongside Yasser Al-Qahtani at Al Ittihad club. He's got plenty of experience. Kariri, 30 years of age. But as you say, he's the defensive midfielder sitting in front of the defense. He's not the technical leader that dictates pace for this team.
But he's only staying in front of the defenders, and he helps to support them. You will never see him play attacking football, but it's okay. Every team needs such an important guy.
Here he is again, the number 14, coming and getting the ball off his central defenders. Nice pass for Naif as well. Al-Shaloub is looking back to Naif. Here goes Shuhail. Now, for Al Moneyburn, I think Shuhail was the real standout performer in that opening match for Saudi Arabia. Those marauding runs down the right flank, overlapping every opportunity, an attacking player.
We haven't seen so far from him, but he'll come extremely fast.
And he also received a very rough introduction to the match as well with that challenge.
They are looking Premier League in Saudi Arabia as well. They see guys like Clichy or Cole or Sanya, how they are running up and down over the wings.
The new captain for Jordan, Bashar Bani Yassin, 33 years of age, taking over the captain's armband from Hatem Makel. And it was a very, very positive start from Saudi Arabia, but they're starting to be forced to play without the ball. It's been a while since we've seen them up the other end of the pitch now. Jordan with the free kick. Ahmed Deeb takes it quickly with Bassem Fati. Ahmed's left foot cross towards the back post. Foul in the middle. Two players wrestling for it.
Saudi Football Association has short levels of patience with coaching failures, and failure has been definitely from Jose Pesero, not to bring a team which wants to show the world we are here, we are back, we are a giant in Asia. It was such a poor performance, and
after missing out on the World Cup as well in such terrible circumstances, leading 2-1 in the 92nd minute against Bahrain before going out.
And even if you see amazing crowd today from Saudi Arabia, an early exit would be a shock after failing last year's World Cup again, and that's why we can believe in the Saudi Arabian team today. They will try to do everything, but is it good enough against a well-organized Jordan team? That's a question today.
Taizer looking for the overlapping run of Camille. Cleared long. Abdo. Only as far as Bassem. Now one over the top again for Deeb. Flag up for offside. Kariri with Taizer. Taizer made quite a difference when coming on at half-time against Syria. Took just 15 minutes to level things up for Saudi Arabia. And we saw little glimpses, didn't we, in that second half, particularly the last 10 minutes, when they really put the pressure on Syria. And they managed to hang on, thanks in part to a fabulous save from Moussa Balouz in the final minutes to hold on to their 2-1 lead.
Houssai is a great central defender, strong and tall, and was nominated as a player of the year in Asia, and it's not very often that defenders are nominated. He couldn't make it, but
and it was an Australian defender that won it.
Australian, yeah, and he deserved it.
Sasha Oljanovsky. Yasser inside for Taizer. Now the run from Naif is not a bad one, just stepping offside. Good defense from Jordan. They cut out that option. He was forced to look for Abdo, but they've given it straight back. Naif's in the middle now. Naif with a good header! Good save as well.
Magnificent save.
16 minutes on the clock. And it's another chance for Saudi Arabia. Fabulous cross from the left from Al-Shaloub. And it's taken quickly. Too quickly for the linesman. They're saying the ball was not inside the circle. Fabulous save from Shafi, the Jordan keeper. Al-Shaloub. And it's Naif again, battling in there. Strong, confident play from the 22-year-old number 9 for Saudi Arabia. As we see that ball from Shaloub. That's a good header. And an excellent save.
First difficult task for the goalkeeper of Jordan. The first half
ball was probably going to hit the post, but you don't want the ball hitting the post and bouncing back out into the middle of the goal either. So it was a save that absolutely had to be made. Well, it's an open match so far. Two formations, 4-4-2 against 4-2-3-1. What's your take on formations, Bernd? 4-4-2 for trying to control the game, 4-2-3-1, a more counter-attacking formation?
Absolutely clear.
Shuhail inside for Naif. Taizer, Al-Shaloub manages to win it back immediately. Taizer, nice turn, but cleared by Bassem Fati, who was one of the stars for so long against Japan, headering everything away. Hassan, the other star from the match against Japan, still going, the number 18. Some jeers from the largely Saudi support in the stadium, but it was a good little flick inside from Amer towards Odayi. Katani back helping out the defence, Naif as well. In fact, they're all back, there's nobody forward. Abdo does well, picks out Al-Shaloub. Naif, flag stays down. Naif shot! Heading for the far top corner. But it's his second chance in 3 minutes.
Seems to be offside a little bit, yeah.
Well, fortunately, I guess in some respects that we didn't have the goal. Looked very close call, but we don't like to see goals scored from offside positions. Let's give the linesman the benefit of the doubt. Of course, there is a FIFA directive that you're to, if in doubt, support the attacking team.
Good decision.
Suleiman with the headband. Another hard worker at the back for Jordan. Kariri for Camille. Now Taizer. This time it's a free kick. An excellent match of football so far. Both sides enjoying their momentum and their moments of pushing forward. Saudis starting well, Jordan fighting back. Now Saudis enjoying a good period again. Oh, that's well played by Odayi, getting the better of Shuhail. Odayi still going. Oh, that's a challenge from behind from Kariri. And the referee says it's all ball. Sure, when you tackle from directly behind like that, there must be some contact with the player. That's an attacker's worst nightmare as well. Hassan. Amer. They've got it to Odayi again, who's back quickly to his feet. Odayi's shot on target. And well saved by Walid.
They are full of confidence, the Jordan team. Pushed by Adnan Ahmed. You see what the match with Japan, what it brings. They are so powerful today and they believe in themselves. Jordan, who spoke about Jordan a couple of years ago, but he made it completely a new team.
Well, that's fabulous play. Camille, he's got two to aim for in the middle. Al-Shaloub was arriving. He might get a second chance. Well defended corner for Saudi Arabia. It's end-to-end stuff here at the Al Rayyan. Saudi Arabia ready to take it very quickly as well. They have to wait for Kariri, Osama and Hossawi, the big central defensive trio. Again, the referee spots a free kick in the crowded penalty box.
But it comes not from yesterday and today. Success. Progress was made 4 years ago with an historic qualification for the 2007 World Youth Championship for Jordan. And Adnan Ahmed, he has a fable for young, anxious players. He put 5 players from this team in the national team. 5, and they are now in the best age, 23, 24 years old.
They've had some success in the AFC Youth Championships as well. 4th place semi-finalists in 2006 in the AFC Youth Championship. That after they were quarter-finalists and only eliminated on penalties against Japan in 2004 in the Asian Cup. That's exactly right. Success doesn't happen overnight. As you can attest to, Bert, Iraq's win in 2007, the foundations were built long before. Here comes Saudi again. Kamil shapes to cross on that left foot. He's got Abdo ahead of him. Now Abdo, that should be a throw for Jordan as well. Naif raises his arms in the middle to ask why the cross never came. Look at that playing pitch. The stuff dreams are made of for footballers. Beautiful close-up there. Ideal conditions for the players here.
Even for the future, fantastic conditions for a World Cup. The weather conditions are excellent for football today.
Excellent knockdown from Hassan for deep. Play continues, and Al-Shaloub back helping out his defense with an important intervention there. Tezer, Al-Shaloub again. Well, Abdo's on the far side, screaming for the ball. And in the end, they try and rush through the pass to Yasser. Oh, that's a close call as well. Well, technical advisors are always taking notes, aren't they?
Yeah.
Foul by Bahar. And Al-Shaloub. Little number 10, he's just come into the tournament today. He's got plenty of experience at international level, Mohamed Al-Shaloub. This is his 59th international, 22 goals, but his last goal, he's 30 years of age, came back in Asian Cup qualifiers for the 2007 tournament, so it's been a long time between drinks for him. But he's hungry for the ball as well, the number 10 for Saudi Arabia, and seeing a lot of it. And here he's back doing the defending.
Till now, he's the most active player on the pitch.
O'Day. Oh, still going. That's a good run into the area. The cross blocked. Well defended again. Hossawi it was.
Uday creates trouble for the Saudis because he has a lot of experience in Europe. He made his way to Skoda Xanthi, a Greek side, not a bad side, but he could not adapt. And now he's playing for Al-Ki club in Cyprus. Permanent play. He's a good player, and you can see he creates a lot of trouble till now.
Corner for Jordan. Towards the back post while he thinks about coming for it. Header back by Daib, the big number 14, and saved by Kariri, his opposite number. There's going to be a corner on the other side now for Amir Deeb.
We see a good match now. They're very, very committed. Not a match, it's more a fight till now. It goes up and down, left and right. It's not quite.
Amir, that's a good ball towards O'Day at the front post. Goes for it again, the number 9. Out jumped by Naif and Kamil. And unfortunately for Jordan, Suleiman Al-Salman, the number 3. With the headband, just couldn't reel that one in. He's another player, though, that gives it absolutely everything out there from first to final whistle. Bassem. O'Day again. He's causing Shuhail problems. Still going. Again, no free kick. Al-Shaloub. Well, that's a strong challenge from Hassan. Hassan again. Oh, lovely little nutmeg on Kariri. Hassan still going, and it's Yasser who comes back to take charge of things. One over the top for Naif to chase. And a foul, just stepping on the ankles of Bashar, the Jordan captain. Well, O'Day, you've hit the nail on the head there, but I think he's causing so many problems down that left-hand side. We're not seeing Shuhail get forward at all.
He cannot go. There's no way for him. At first, he has to protect O'Day and to mark him because he's the most dangerous player. And he changed from left to right.
That is a blow for Saudi Arabia. They have to work out some way to get their overlapping fullbacks forward. Bassem for Bashar. Well, this will be interesting now to see what Jordan can produce now that Saudi are set, organised at the back. Bashar goes for a little chip. Well, they don't even get it out of their own half of the field. Naif.
It's a foul
by Bashar. And that's the thing, when you're a counter-attacking side, you don't always find the options when the opposition is well organised with that 4-4-2. And there, Bashar, the captain of Jordan, in the end, just hopeful long ball, which was blocked immediately. Kamil rather, still going Kamil, the left back. Kariri for Al-Shaloub. Hossawi. Blocked by O'Day. Al-Shaloub. Tazier. Now they've got options on the left. Abdo. Tazier overlapping right. Abdo, it's a great ball towards Naif. And I thought for a moment, if Naif doesn't get the touch, it might just curl inside the far post on its own.
It's a true striker, young Naif. He's always in this area where he can score a goal. But both strikers, they need more support. There's only Mohamed Al-Shaloub who's going to support them. There's not too much support over the wings. The fullbacks are not coming till now because they close everything very nice.
Deeb is the player down holding his head. Referee asks if he wants a stretcher. And it's Shadi. Clash of heads with Kamil. There's a very good feeling between the two sides. They're always helping each other up. They're applauding each other's national anthems. There's a great spirit, a great camaraderie between these two teams.
They know each other for many, many years. There are so many matches, so many tournaments. They respect each other, and it's good to do it, especially in such a big tournament.
Free kick, plenty of power on that towards O'Day. That wasn't the easiest header. It just fails to get that on target. Walid was there at any rate. Kariri. Shuhail. Al-Shaloub. Now Shuhail takes off, not spotted by Al-Shaloub. Kariri, that's a good ball for Tazier. Yasser. Yasser still going. Tazier, oh, he just couldn't get it wide to Kamil. Kariri now will do. The left back gets it onto the left foot, cross towards the back post. Naif with a little hot header down, and Hassan is the first player to react on the edge of the box. Osama for Kamil. Well played. They've got themselves out of a tight spot there. Taizir for Yasser. And a little foul. Yasser just dragging back Jordan's Bassem Fati. Just here, he just stops him getting there ahead of his teammate. Osama wrestling with Deeb. Amir with the throw. Hassan comes looking for it. Little flick for Deeb. Osama again. Now the break is on perhaps for Saudi. Yasser. Lovely switch of play. Shuhail hits the afterburners and gets there. Here he goes, the right back. Shuhail still the cutback towards Al-Shaloub. But he has a great turn of pace.
Excellent, but even Uday was following.
He was hassling him all the way back into the area. Shuhail for Harsawi. Kariri. Little chip for Shuhail again. O'Day with the header. He took a knock in the midriff. O'Day foul by 7-on-7. Amir on Kamil. Abdo. Taizir. He's got Al-Shaloub alongside him if he wants him. He does find him in the end. O'Day, though, had the time to close that down and then clear. Strong challenge from Horsawi. For the moment, the number 14 for Jordan, Abdullah Deeb, isn't getting much change out of Osama and Horsawi. Hassan, lovely touch for O'Day. Shuhail with the tackle. There are scrappy periods, but it doesn't feel like a scrappy game because both sides are giving it so much. They are carving out chances as well. That's given away. Well, perhaps we are starting to go into a bit of a scrappy period now.
Yeah, but if I see Shaloub, if I see him playing now, he's with the ball. It's unbelievable that he didn't play in the opening match.
And now back for Kariri to try it. That's right, we wonder if he had a problem with the coach, Jose Pizarro, if he was carrying a little injury perhaps, but...
He's the best player on the park today, this moment, and it's difficult to understand why he did not play. But even it's very, very difficult for a team. Jose Pizarro, he prepared his team with only one striker. He used to play one striker. He has heavily criticized for that. And now is another coach, and within 3 days they change everything to their old Brazilian style, exactly 4-4-2, well organized. It's not so easy. But I believe it's much, much more important today to win the battles, to show everybody that we are willing to win this match, and they do so far.
Shuhail for Al-Shaloub again. Has been at the heart of everything good so far for Saudi Arabia. Kamil skipping past Amir.
Now the fullbacks are coming more and more over the right side and the left side.
And that has the adverse effect of forcing Amir and O'Day further and further back as well. Once again, attack proving the best form of defense for these two sides. Osama. Taizir. As we mentioned earlier, now Jordan more and more looking just to try and hit on the counter-attack. Break quickly. Only the the number 14 forward deep. Kariri. That's nice play. Tazir. Oh, it falls to Yasser. The shot on the turn out of nothing. And it falls kindly for Amir Shafi. He seems to drift in and out of the game a little bit, Tazir, but when he accelerates out of midfield, he is capable of just making the extra man up front. Shuhail's clearance, not the best. Suleiman. Bashar. Bassem. Little chip over the top for Hassan. Moussaoui is there across in cover and well defended again.
Yeah, it's difficult to beat such defenders like Moussaoui.
Well, when they're big and strong and fast as well, it makes all the difference. Kariri. Osama is not as quick as Moussaoui. Yasser. Well played, Yasser, for Abdul. Al-Shaloub with an intelligent little header down for Tazir. Possibly a foul against the number 17 for a high foot. And the crowd is still filling in to the Al Rayyan. That's a terrible clearance from Shafi, and Naif couldn't control. In the end, Shuhail does well to keep it in play. Abdul will switch flanks with Al-Shaloub again. Suleiman. Well, we're approaching the final 5 minutes in this first half. The time has flown by. It's been an entertaining match, and here's Al-Shaloub. Hopefully, we haven't seen an end to the action just as yet. Abdul with a good ball for Shuhail. He's got a bit of space if he wants to go for a run. Abdul, Shuhail again, Kariri. They look to control the ball, move it from right to left. Al-Shaloub cuts inside onto the right foot, the cross towards Yasser Al-Qahtani. The punch from Shafi, out to Kariri. He tries to match the fabulous strike from Yusuf Ahmed last night for Qatar.
Kariri plays an important role in this team.
But that was too far out.
Position of Patrick Vieira, Yaya Touré, former Brazilian national team player Carlos Dunga. They all played this role perfect.
Claude Makelele.
Absolutely. And he never leaves this position. He's always in front of tall central defenders, closing the gap, and he's tall as well.
Hassan.
But I have some compliments for the Jordanian team. They didn't allow so much. They are absolutely well organized in the defense.
Hassan gets down the right. Oh, that was a clever little idea to nip the ball inside to Amir, who has it now, the number 7. Trying to find space for the cross and does so. And Shuhail under pressure. O'Day was just a little on the back foot there and couldn't attack the header.
They are well organized, they are confident, and they use every single chance to go forward.
Here's one such chance now. Bahar. Oh, it's a goal! The cross just floated over Walid, completely caught out by the flood And well, there's another compliment for Jordan Burn.
Yeah,
they lead Saudi Arabia by a goal to nil thanks to a huge slice of fortune.
But no compliments for the goalkeeper, Walid. No compliments. He should never receive such a goal from this distance.
Well, against Japan, they scored on 45 minutes. Against Saudi Arabia, they've scored on 43. Oh, what a mistake. The ball, it was just hit a little bit with less spin. It floated around. Like it got caught by a thermal and just lifted over Walid and into the top corner.
Has nothing to do with the ball. It was lack of concentration. He should never receive this goal. Baha, good for the game. Wake up call for Saudi Arabia.
As there we see his statistics. Well, he's been working very hard in the centre of midfield, slightly to the left. And he's approaching 5K's run already. And that goal will probably give him enough adrenaline to hit 5 kilometres in the first half. It's the Jordanian fans who are celebrating. And now, Al-Shaloub has the free kick for Saudi Arabia towards the back post. Shafi comes a long way and punches well. The Saudi supporters are stunned. It's been a vastly improved performance in this first 44 minutes or so of this one from Saudi Arabia, but they still find themselves trailing by a goal to nil, just as they were against Syria. Bashar heads away. Oh. Well, spectacular.
Try to kill the time. Yeah, just 1 or 2 minutes. Bring this 1-0 to half-time. That's...
As here's Al-Shaloub with the shot blocked. And we saw this immediately after they scored. They know how to defend, Jordan. They did it against Japan for a full half of football. Walid, whose mistake was a big contributor to the breaking of the deadlock here. Suleiman, powerful cross. Now the flag has stayed down for O'Day. Oh, and Walid makes amends with an excellent stop. The linesman was about to raise his flag, but Hassan left it.
What a chance. Seconds before halftime, last minute, to go with 2-0 to halftime for Jordan. But Uday was surprised, I think. He didn't expect to be absolutely free.
The corner taken short. Amir. He's looking for the corner, he hasn't got it. Got the nutmeg. A little more. 30 seconds left. Probably not enough time for Saudi Arabia to get forward for the equaliser. We'll see. Long towards Naif. Bashir. Naif goes down, clutching his face. Kariri with the header for Abdul. He loses it though. Another lovely little touch from Hassan, and Jordan will take a 1-goal lead into the half-time break. Baha catching out Walid Abdullah, the Saudi Arabia goalkeeper, with a cross towards the back post, which just floated over the stranded keeper. Jordan 1, Saudi Arabia 0. And Bernd, surely 2 goals would have been harsh on Saudi Arabia if O'Day had put that second one away, but nothing to say about the half-time score. Either side could have been leading. It's been an entertaining match of football. Both sides have had their chances, and Jordan, well, they lead it by a goal to nil.
But I believe it's a big shock now for Saudi Arabia. They are so determined to make a good game today, to take a good result. You see a full crowded stadium today, and now they are 1-0 down.
Well, those Jordanian supporters have plenty to jump and cheer about. They've got their special ponchos. Well, it's half-time here at the Al Rayyan. That goal coming just about on the stroke of half-time, just as they did against Japan. It was Saudi Arabia that made the more entertaining start. They could have scored in the very first minute. The corner, as you can see, lovely sunshine greeting the two sides out onto the field. The sun is fast setting here, though, and it's getting rather chilly in the Qatar evening. Once again, burnt. It was a real topsy-turvy match. It went from one end to the next throughout.
Saudi Arabia started very, very motivated. They had a lot of initiative, and the first chance after seconds only, corner kick.
And Osama with a great chance.
I'm a little bit surprised from the Jordans. They are so confident and they control everything in the defense. Very well organized. Another header from young Naif.
And a good header as well. He did well to get that anywhere near the goal. He was backing away under pressure. That one we thought was just about offside. Replay, shall we say, inconclusive. But then it was at that moment that Jordan started to come back into the game, wasn't it? They never got worried, Bernd, when they were conceding those chances, when they were under pressure. They're sure of themselves.
And Uday, he looks like a little bit Wayne Rooney, like an animal on the pitch. Created a lot of trouble. But even, I believe, the Saudi Arabia played a little bit better in the first half, but they couldn't break the wall, and they could not play one final pass, a good pass. They could not split the defense of Jordania.
O'Day with another chance there. Couldn't get that header on target. That was with about half an hour gone. And then this. It's just a terrible piece of goalkeeping.
Nothing to say.
Nothing to say. It's a goal for Walid, just about. A cross overhead. But it's a good lesson for anyone watching. If you're going to cross the ball with an in-swinger like that, always try and get it on target, just in case, because you never know what's going to happen. The statistics, well, shots on target, very even. It has been an open match.
Everything.
Welcome back to the Rayyan Sports Club in the west of Doha. One of 6 venues for this 15th Asian Cup Qatar 2011. And it looks like we're going to have a change immediately at the start of this second half for Saudi Arabia. And it's Abdo Atif, who went off at half-time in the last game as well when they were trailing by a goal to nil to Syria, who has made way. And it's the number 11, Nasir Al-Shamrani, a 27-year-old from Al-Shabaab, who started against Syria, played the full match up front, so that's another attacking move. Another striker on for a midfielder.
Full risk. Seems to be he changed his system to 3 strikers now.
And it's straight into attack as well. Katani and Naif charging forward, but Kariri's ball doesn't make it too far. Al-Shaloub nodding it forward. Hassan does well to spray the ball wide. Al-Shaloub again for Kariri. Oh, Kariri does well, just fouled as he went through there by the number 4. Baha, the goal scorer, whose goal coming on 43 minutes. Jordan again immediately into attack. There we see confirmation of that substitution. Hassan for Diab. Good challenge from Shuhail. He is a very impressive young player, Abdullah Shuhail. 25 years of age, so not the youngest. 26 in a couple of weeks' time as well. Ball in, looking for the run of O'Day.
You cannot blame Saudi Arabia that they are 1-0 down. You cannot blame them for their first half performance. It was a horrible mistake of goalkeeper Walid, and I can imagine how destroyed they are in the halftime.
Hassan's ball almost picked out the we just couldn't backtrack quickly enough. And that was a slack bit of marking in the middle. Dayeb knows, I think, that was half a chance for him. Well, we were talking about it at half-time, Bernd, and just saying one of the biggest factors, perhaps, is that Saudi Arabia, who lost the final 4 years ago, of course, to Iraq by a goal to nil, Yunus Mahmoud with the winner, but they qualified automatically for this tournament. They just maybe are just lacking a bit of competition. And there was also the recent Gulf Cup as well, which they sent a second string side to. And do you think that's maybe what they've been surprised here?
Yeah, I believe there has been lack of high-level action without qualification matches. And then second coach Pesero had decided to send the reserve team to the Gulf Cup. He was widely criticized for that. And they had no important matches. And now they're a little bit surprised from power and aggressivity of such a tournament here. They are absolutely surprised.
Well, they have to produce something. They came out fighting in the first half, much as they did in the second half against Syria. It was a step in the right direction. Clearly, new coach Nasser Al-Johar, who, as we said at the top of the program, made 4 changes to the side, but he's since brought back on at half-time Nasir, who started that first match against Syria, so he hasn't changed too much.
Yeah, but 4 players is...
well, it's a third of the team, isn't it? All the same. Kamil is one of the new faces found by Dier. Al-Shaloub. But when you have just 3 days to try and turn things around,
it's only motivation, but
that's all you
otherwise,
can do.
Syria, for instance, there is a new coach and they are so motivated and they are running for their country, for their team.
As Tazer gets it inside to Nasir, who trying to juggle it around on the edge of the area. Shuhail down for Kariri. Oh, Al-Qahtani was taking off in the middle. He wasn't spotted by Kariri. There's just that little lack of understanding, lack of automatic play in this Saudi side. That's better from Al-Shaloub for Naif. Naif still battling. And very well played by Monir. Monir, the number 2, playing in the centre of defence in the absence of captain Hatem Makel, who's out, it looks like, for the tournament with a knee injury. Hassan, well, he's got some quality. Surely that's offside. The referee gives the throw to Kamil. Al-Shaloub. Now they do have 3 up front, Saudi Arabia. It's a little dink inside to Naif. Good first touch, and that's a good pass as well for Yasser. And strong defence from Bassem Fati. And strong defence at the other end from Al-Sawi. Tazer. Well, Jordan have to be careful. They paid the penalty against Japan for just sitting back and trying to defend as Tazer sends one just curling over the top of the crossbar.
You are right, Robbie. They cannot survive now from the 50th minute till the end, only sitting back, only defending and waiting what Saudi Arabia is doing. Okay, Saudi Arabia, they have to risk everything now, even if they will get a counter-attack. If they lose this match, it's the end of all their dreams.
Finalists 4 years ago. Of course, they won't know, no matter what the result of this one, if they're in or out of the competition until this evening's match, which kicks off at 19:15 local time here in Qatar, between Syria and Japan. Kamil, that's well played. Naif, back to Kamil again. He's got a good left foot, Kamil.
Corner.
Well defended, though, by Shadi. The whistles from the Saudi fans trying to lift their side. Referee wants to just settle things down in the middle. Now it comes in towards the front post. Suleiman heads it straight back. And it comes again, this time to the back post. Shafi punches it behind. He was collected by Nasir. He stayed down. The referee's coming across. The referee's already indicated a corner, though. Shadi there, just letting the referee know that his keeper was taken out late by Nasir. Nasir's in there apologising before he's dragged away. Saudi are preparing another change, and it looks down on the sideline going through his paces.
Yeah, it was a little bit elbow from Nasir. Yeah. But a referee cannot see such a situation.
He's still down, the keeper. The goalkeeper, of course, Anil Shafi. The only position on the pitch that doesn't have to go off the field if he receives treatment. It's the youngster Nawaf Al-Abid, who was a late substitute against Syria, who's warming up down there as we see the two coaches, the two men who know each other so well. Your friend Ahmed Adnan Ahmed. Flag up for offside against Naif. Well, you know the Jordanian coach inside out, Bernd, Adnan Ahmed. Is he likely to panic in this situation, or what's his reaction likely to be? No, we've just said we can't see how his side will survive here, but you worked with him for so many years.
He is absolutely quiet. He has control of himself, and he loves football. During the war, after the war, he has decided to go to Italy to study AC Milan, to watch some training sessions, matches, and he has a lot of good ideas. I like to work with him together in Iraq in a very, very difficult time. And as I said,
you just have this free kick whipped in. Kamil with the initial header comes back with Baha, whose goal separates these two sides. Yasser does well. Shuhail. Now can Shuhail accelerate out of trouble there towards Naif? There for Hassan. Good challenge. Straight back now. Amer. Excellent challenge from Shuhail. Now Naif. As both sides look to accelerate the play, it's Hassan again. We can expect him to stick with his ideas then. Adnan Ahmed. He's not going to change things at the drop of a hat.
He is highly respected in the Asian world. As I said, coach of the year 2002. And he has a special charisma. If he enters a room, players respect him, they stand up because a great name. And it's always good to have such a coach. And he's a hard worker.
And he's been rewarded so far from this Jordan side, who have surprised everyone so far. They've only qualified once before for the Asian Cup. And that's a lovely pass from Al-Shaloub for Taizir. Little 1-2 with Naif, who gets it wide for Shuhail, who's finally got a bit of space to measure across. He chips it in, Shafi comes forward and makes a good grab as well. The only time they previously qualified, 2004. And they made the quarterfinals, losing out to Japan 1-1 and then 4-3 on penalties in the quarterfinals. They showed that they knew how to defend at that tournament as well, Jordan, and they've lost none of that at this tournament. They conceded just that one goal to Japan in the whole tournament. 2 0-0 draws and a 2-0 win over Kuwait in the group stage. And another 1-1 draw with Japan to start the 2011 campaign. Al-Shaloub.
Interesting to see that Saudian coach changed his system. And
Shuhail's ball cleared at the front post by Bashar.
Superstar Jasir Al-Khattani changed a little bit to the midfield behind both strikers, and I am in doubt that he can run enough at this position. He had a good performance in the first half. He was running for pressing, he was going, he was fighting, but till now you don't see him, and I don't believe he's fit enough. After injuries,
he was something of a doubt for their opening match. Kamil clears, yes, distinctly a 4-3-3 formation now. We could see it just as they prepared to defend there. We've got Kariri playing that, the only role he knows really, sitting in front of the defense, and then on the right, Taizir, on the left, Al-Shaloub, two fairly attacking midfielders in front of Kariri. And then on the right, we've got, well, up front, Nasir and Naif with Jasir Al-Khattani just sitting in behind them. It's a fairly central 4-3-3. Normally these days we see the 4-3-3 with wide wingers, but they're playing with two fairly central strikers though. Now needs support from those fullbacks. Shuhail, who's got it here, the right back. Nasir was able to turn, but not able to do anything with it. Jordan looking to break quickly, as they have done all evening.
Jordan should try to control a little bit more the match, to keep possession of the ball, because I don't believe such a long time they cannot survive.
Naif. Another foul. Amir. The referee from the United Arab Emirates, Ali Al-Badwawi, just telling Naif to keep the ball from rolling. Al-Shaloub with the free kick on that left boot. Chips it in towards the penalty spot. Header from Naif again. He was good in the air, the young man.
Good in the air, but he had so many opportunities. Finally, there is a little bit lack of concentration in the box. He is still young, but
well, he has had chances in this game, Naif. As I mentioned at the top of the programme, he's got 6 goals in 12 internationals, though, including a very, very important goal at the Azadi in Tehran in the World Cup qualifier.
Front of 100,000.
He scored the winner in a 2-1 victory for Saudi Arabia over Iran. For a young man to score in that stadium. An important goal. Certain Harry Kewell did it back in 1997. Dates etched in the minds of all Australian football fans. That's a lovely pass, but just once again, Osama and Hossawi are doing a good job defensively, marshalling the threat of Hassan and Diab. Kariri. Al-Shaloub, Kariri again. Kamil for Naif. Wants it on his right foot, finds Al-Shaloub, little chip for Yasser Al-Khattani. And once again, Jordan clear. Look at those white shirts back. O'Day, almost a second left back. They've got 2 left backs, 2 right backs, 2 left central defenders and 2 right central defenders at the moment, Jordan.
But absolutely well organized. They keep their system. They are very, very compact. It's difficult to find a way through.
As they might have found it now. Flag up for offside against Nassim as Shafi came flying out.
That's the only way. The idea of Shaloub was very good, to split the defense. Yeah, it's a chance.
That you can see there at the start of that replay, the 4-2-3-1. You can see it clearly on the pitch for Jordan. They're so well organised. You can see it again here in front of us. There, the line of 3, the 2 holding men in midfield. Baha, the goal scorer, and Shadi, and then the line of 4 at the back. And for the moment, it's holding firm. Kariri, Hossawi. Osama ended that match against Syria playing as another central striker, the big number 5. I wonder if we'll see that again, if they're still trailing in the final few minutes.
Still too early to change something.
Anything that radical. At any rate, lovely play from Hassan. He's got the ball
offside,
through there.
yeah.
With the flag up immediately, and it looked the right decision from where we are, but Hassan has been collected by Osama, who goes into the book. Yellow card for Osama Al-Harbi. He's also known as Osama Al-Mulawad. And he joins O'Day in this match on the referee's yellow card list. There we see Hassan Abdel Fattah. 7.7 kilometers an hour average speed. That is from what we've seen so far in this tournament. We see most players, defenders, averaging around 6.8, midfielders 7.5, and then the strikers who do a lot more direct sprints, up around the 7.7, 7.8 mark. And Hassan, that will be a big blow. They've already lost their captain, of course, Hatem Makel. You can see there, Hassan, he was an absolute inspiration in their match against Japan, as well as scoring that goal, which did deflect off a Japan defender. It's time for another change, and it is Nawaf Al-Abid, 20-year-old, and it's another attacking midfielder, and he's replacing Al-Shaloub. Well, what do you think about that change, Bert?
What a surprise.
Well, he gets a good shake of the hand from the coach.
The most influential player, but there is a good relationship. Said thank you.
Hassan is ready to rejoin the fray. Invited back on by the referee. Or perhaps Al-Shaloub, who didn't play that first game, just lacking a little bit of match fitness perhaps. He's made it 65 minutes in. He wasn't able in the end to make the difference. Good switch of play for Amer. Back inside for Shadi. O'Day still getting it onto that right foot. Good challenge, Taizir. Nawaf is screaming for the ball. He's got it now, the new man, his first touch for Naif. There's space here for Saudi Arabia. Jordan don't seem to know how to say stop. They always push numbers forward as well when they're on the counter-attack. That free kick. Nawaf. Oh, that's another foul from Amer. And it's a yellow card for Amer. We saw a free kick from here, Bernd.
Yeah.
That went all the way in to be the winning goal for Iran against Iraq at this stadium 2 days ago. It was almost an identical situation.
In-swingers from this position are very, very dangerous, even without the touch.
And there it comes from Taizir, and the header. It hasn't gone out of play, so Taizir will get another chance. In it comes again towards the front post. Oh, the deflection back into the danger zone. And Hassan clears. There, doing the chasing. Shuhail looking for Nasir. They've got the throw, Saudi Arabia. Nasir again. Goal kick.
It's a surprise that Al-Shaloub was substituted by another youngster, but I believe the coach tries to do something individual, because Al-Shaloub was very, very responsible for the organization of the match. He did everything. He was organizing the midfielders, playing good balls, playing good passes. And now I believe he's going for individual skills, dribblers. Maybe he wants to create free kicks or some other things.
Well, we were talking about just what are the reasons for this, the problems that Saudi Arabia are encountering. We talked about the lack of competition. Obviously, there's the coach that was fired after their first loss to Syria. New man in charge, but he's almost a coach of the side anyway. He's been here with the side anyway, technical advisor. He's always been part of the federation setup with Saudi Arabia. Al-Johar, as Nawaf gets the crossing. And again, it's not a bad ball, but perhaps one of the biggest reasons is, and it's such a shame, not only for Saudi Arabia, but for everyone here, is the form of Jasser Al-Qahtani. He's just not in the game. He's such an important player. He's such a brilliant player when he's on song, and it's just not happening for him.
You could see it only 20 minutes at the beginning of the match, how good he is. But, you know, if a player is not fit, or why maybe after injury, but he cannot play such a tournament.
Nawaf was a very young man, just 20 years of age, and this is a very big stage for him, and he's playing in the center of midfield against a side that fight for everything. And this will be a big test of his mettle. Diab, the striker, is coming off. And it's a first appearance in the tournament for Moyad Abou-Keshek. The number 10 plays for reigning champions in Jordan, Al-Faisali. He's another regular goal scorer with the national side as well, 18 in 39 for Abou-Keshek. Now the free kick at the other end. Ahmed heads across to take this free kick. Overhit. We're just past the midway point in this second half. Jordan leading by a goal to nil. Nasir, oh, good challenge from Shadi. And that challenge is won it back. Oh, what a disappointing pass from O'Day, but he's almost won it back for himself. Now he's screaming for the referee to halt play. Nawaf is taking off. They're screaming for him to put it out of play. They're playing on. Yasser Al-Khattani. Well tackled by Monir. O'Day is still down. That's why he's still down. You can see the marks immediately on that right knee. That was a nasty challenge from Camille. Not sure if he was trying to protect himself or get out of the way, but he planted his studs.
It looks not very good. One of the best players in his team.
Well, let's hope he didn't have his foot planted on the ground, because that could have just about bent the knee back in the wrong direction. Look at that. Well, if it's just a knock, even a very painful one, it doesn't look too serious.
No, more a kick.
So it's going to be a throw for Saudi Arabia, and Jordan are down to 10 men. Camille with the throw for Osama. Sawi. Little ball over the top for Taizir. Can he get there? No, he can't. Just overhit. Well, it's a day of discovery for the next generation of Saudi Arabian players, because it looks like Abdul Aziz Al-Dosari, another very highly rated youngster from Al Hilal, is preparing to come into the game. He's going through his paces behind the Saudi bench. While for Jordan, they've got 5 players warming up, as they have been for most of the half. O'Day straight back into the game. Baha, the goal scorer for Amir. That's a poor touch. Yasser can't get there. O'Day, that's a good ball. The flag stays down. It's the substitute, Abou-Keshek, into the area. Still Abou-Keshek. Hassan can't take over. He might yet keep it in play. Well played, Hassan. He runs all day. It's unbelievable. O'Day. Ball blocked. No handball. Naif. Fouled again.
They don't play together, the Saudis, anymore. There are only individual runs, left side, right side. There are no more combination There is no body language. There is no hierarchy. Nobody gives a sign. Now we are going all together for pressing. We do something. It's not a team. It's completely broken. It looks not very good.
Well, there were appeals for the handball there when Tezer blocked that one. Shafi comes and punches. Nawaf will have the throw. And we've just seen a couple of replays there. And I said in the first half, what excellent spirit this match was being played in. We're seeing that, just see a couple of nasty little niggly challenges come in, and it's probably understandable given just what's at stake here, particularly for Saudi Arabia and for Jordan. They're so desperate not to fall in a heap after that agonizingly cruel match against Japan. Here they come again, Abu Keshek. Now, they weren't able to score that second goal against Japan. Can they do it here? Misunderstanding between Amir and Abu Keshek, but they've won the throw for Sawi. Well, for Saudi Arabia, well, their tournament is on the line. Amir. Hassan again, fighting for everything. Amir as well. Mosawi. Nawaf gets it to Tezer. The only player to have scored in this tournament so far for Saudi Arabia. It was a header from the edge of the box that Balou probably should have saved for Syria. Nasir. Nasir is still going. This is a good run from Nasir. Tezer back to Nasir. Surely! Oh, what a save from Shafi!
Unbelievable good run, a good dribbling. What a slalom.
Fabulous play from the number 11 substitute, Nasir Al-Shamrani. Let's have a look at that again.
Yeah. The first. And
oh, that last touch is just sublime around the defender, but he just couldn't add that finishing touch. Well, that's individual, but brilliant.
Brilliant,
that's what
but
Saudi
individual,
need.
but not together.
Nawaf.
No, he starts again.
He's got Nasir.
They are running with the ball, with the ball, with the ball. There are no combination, absolutely nothing. That's not Saudi Arabia 10 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago.
That's the biggest crowd we've had at the Al Rayyan so far as well. Just about in the end. Over 3/4 full, this 22,000-seater stadium. Just about 18,000. The final head count is Naif. Can't get there. Back in from Shuhail. Nawaf. Goal kick. They've got Bassem Fati, who's down injured now, holding his face. Well, I wonder, you say he's a cool customer, Bernd.
Yeah.
Adnan Hamad, but he must be getting a little hot under the collar now, surely.
Absolutely. Against Japan, the same trouble. They are leading 1-0, received 1-1 in injury time, and today, same situation. But they are not tired. They are still physically very strong. The Jordanians.
He had the whole left side of the goal opening up for him. Well, I think if he's saying he beat 2 of you, he's 1 short. That was a fabulous run from Nasir. Bassem Fati.
Killing the time. They are champions. They know what to do now.
An agonizing wait for a very demanding Saudi Arabian public as well. They've been brought up on success, of course. 3-time winners, Saudi Arabia, of this tournament. 84, 88 and 1996. Runners-up on 3 occasions as well. 92, 2000 and 2007. They've been in 6 of the last 7 finals at the Asian Cup.
Even facilities in Saudi Arabia are amazing. Riyadh, in Dammam, fantastic stadium, training center, everything is available. They have development programs for youth teams. And the league is very strong compared to Jordan. There is huge problems. Even the first division teams are not so strong here in Asia. But Adnan Hamid won the Asian Cup, I think 2 or 3 years ago with his team. It's a good coach.
Well, just on the strength of the two leagues, Saudi Arabia 100% domestic-based players. Jordan, they've got 5 foreign-based players, as you mentioned. We've got O'Day, who plays for Alki in Syria, as Shuhail goes on a run forward, no foul. He's hurt himself as well, but he's quickly back to his feet to try and keep running. There's Mohamed Monir, who's in the back. He's playing in Syria, and there are 3 players who play their football in Saudi Arabia as well. Shadi Abu Hashash, as he's, to give you his full name, the number 15, plays for Al Taiwan. Hatem Makel, the captain, of course, who's out injured, plays for Al Rayyan. And Anas Bani Yassin, who is on the bench and looks for the moment like staying there. He plays for Najran in Saudi Arabia. So it's clear there almost who the favourites are. The stronger domestic league, traditionally more success on international level. World Cup experience, something Jordan can only still dream of, really.
But they are in a good way, definitely.
Amir, challenged by Horsawi. Kamil almost gave it straight back to Hassan, who will fight for everything for number 18. Osama all the way across to Shuhail. Abu Keshek looking to do the pressing now.
I cannot understand why are so many players behind the ball of Saudi Arabia. The 2 central defenders, they never move a little bit forward to support midfielders and to put more pressure on the Jordanians.
Kamil again, it's Naif that wins the ball in the air. And that time he's not down. Just couldn't find his teammate and captain, Yasser Al-Qahtani. Kariri, Kamil again. Nawaf, good ball, over the top for Kamil. Oh, the cross is poor this time. He's been crossing really well as well. The number 7, that's a dangerous back pass. Unintentional, entirely, as it skewed off the left foot. Shadi Abu Hashash, who's playing more and more like a extra central defender now. We've got 5 flat at the back. Saudi Arabia want to take it quickly, and they're not happy with what they feel are a few histrionics from the goal scorer, Baha. The referee in the end is the player that helps him up, and it's going to be Jordan to make the next change. The number 21, Ahmed Abdel Halim, who was a substitute against Japan as well, has been turned over. Amir now. Nasser Al-Johar, the Saudi coach, jumping up and down with his players giving the ball away so cheaply. Nawaf for Al-Qahtani. Yasser. Oh, white shirts everywhere.
What a disappointment.
Oh, great running by Adai. Kariri with the challenge. And now a substitution. It's Hassan, who's heading all the way across to the far side of the field, so that it takes a little bit longer to come off. Strong challenge from Kariri, I think we could say. Robust but fair. Hassan, the hero against Japan, has worked himself into the ground again. He's made it to just about 83 minutes, and he's replaced by the Al-Waidat Ahmed Abdel Halim, who has a very good left foot, and he's not afraid to use it either. The number 21, he's headed immediately right up into the forward line. Abu Keshek. Well played by the number 10. Every second crucial, and he's won the throw off Osama. Suleiman. Amir. Abu Kashek gets there first. Amir again. Still going. Oof, that was a rather reckless challenge from Suleiman. Al-Qahtani, that's a nice touch. Yasser, that's a lovely ball as well for Nawaf. Great covering play from Bashar, the captain, reading the situation perfectly. And off they come again. Amir's pass a little tired, but
yeah.
Kamil, again looking for the head of Naif. Can't get on the end of that one. Tayzer back out to Shuhail. Shuhail decides to use his pace, but that's a fresh pair of legs he's up against now. Halim forward for Baha, offside. And Abu Kashek takes one for the team, I think you call that.
Yellow time, yeah.
Well, if you're going to take a yellow card, you might as well try and get the referee in a discussion about it and soak up a few more seconds.
Yeah, but such a fair match today.
Yeah, we just saw a couple of rigorous challenges, but on the whole, it has been played in an excellent spirit, especially such an important match as well. Great to see. Shuhail. Four yellow cards now for Jordan in this match. They don't want to get too many. They have a habit of coming back to haunt you in international tournaments. Oh, that's poor from Nawaf. Just a young man.
Adnan was saying he has a very small squad. There shouldn't be too many injuries or bookings or suspensions.
Nasir. Nasir still. Now he's found space. Tayzer. And again, they're let down with that final ball. And it means perhaps that he doesn't have too many options on the bench either. And his players are just going to get more and more tired as this tournament goes on, those that play. The counter-attack is on. They've got numbers forward again. O'Day screaming for it. Abu Kashek. He tries one. The less said about that, perhaps the better. They're still trying to score, though. That substitution is finally going to take place now for Saudi Arabia. Abdulaziz Al-Dossari, the Al Hilal midfielder, 22 years of age. And it's the right back who's coming off now for another attacking midfielder. And now it really is full risk. We have just a back three of Osama Hossawi.
I can't see a way for Saudi Arabia now to change something. Everything is broken. The biggest disappointment is superstar Yasser Al-Qahtani. He's not fit for such a tournament. He did not move. He has shown today a little bit, 20 minutes.
That's it.
Even
has been a big disappointment.
Sending his players out, go out, away from own goal. I believe now he's feeling.
Starting to feel a bit confident.
Yeah.
Saud Kariri, 10 kilometers run for the central midfielder. He has worked very hard. He's the sentinel in front of the defense. Nawaf. Kariri. We're only playing with two at the back now. Kamil has decided to join the attack as an out-and-out left winger. We've got attacking midfielders everywhere. You just wonder sometimes when you have so many people up front, they start stepping on each other's toes. There's less and less space for your own team as well.
Even over the wings, there is nothing. Both wing backs are big disappointment today.
Nasir back out. Abdulaziz, it's overhit for the number 7, Kamil.
They are not able to play the final pass, to split the defense, to create chances. Just individual runs, individual dribblings of some youngsters, nothing else. They are not, absolutely not organized, whatever.
90 seconds left. Jordan are preparing their 3rd and final change. Naif still, free kick. Foul on Baha.
Now I believe it's not a shock defeat for Saudi Arabia. They have shown they haven't a very strong team. They are no anymore giants in Asia. They have to do a lot with their national team, with their clubs. There will be changes soon.
Well, there's a change now for Jordan. Anas Hija is coming off. I just saw Shadi Abu Hashash coming across to tell Amir to get a move on, to get off the field. We don't need any more extra minutes added on. We're going to see soon with the Australian 4th official, Ben Williams, who's about to hold up the number of minutes of added time. And it is 5 minutes of stoppage time to be added on at the end of this one. Well, that's still a long time to go for Saudi Arabia. I'm sure Adnan Hamad didn't like to see that. Al-Qahtani, the touchback for Nawaf. Clear Jordan clinging to the 3 points. They've given it away again. Abdulaziz, Nawaf. Lovely switch towards Osama. Now there's space for Naif. Desperate defending. Bashar, the captain, has put his body on the line. It's still not finished. The shot driven in low. Appeals for a penalty from the fans behind the goal. The cross in is a good one. Al-Qahtani, the acrobatic kick back out to... In the end, Kamil, whose shot has only found the corner.
Too late, Saudi Arabia. It's too late. The same pressure was on Jordan versus Japan.
That was the same finish against Syria as well. The corner towards the front post. And the header from Kariri, and Osama just flicks over the crossbar.
Bad luck for the best Saudi Arabian player today.
Oh, no. Naif was just about goal down. Now, did that hit the hand?
That's why complaining of fans and players.
Well, perhaps that explains why Bashar went down injured as well. They're claiming that the ball had hit him somewhere else. Free kick, Jordan. Osama, who has been playing up front yet again, makes his way all the way back to do a little bit of defending. Jordan, they've just got 2 forward. 2 minutes of stoppage time. Half finished. There's still 3 to go. And it's that left foot I was telling you about. Ahmed Abdel Halim. He's known as the Roberto Carlos. Oof, that had a bit of something about it as well. Jordan's Roberto Carlos. It was an ambitious effort, a long way out, but well struck.
Adnan Ahmed gave advice. Everybody has to go back to halfway line to stay compact.
Kamil, long towards Osama. He's causing problems now. Naif helping it on. The Jordanians are tackling themselves out there. They're so desperate to get this ball clear. And it's one for Abu Keshek to chase. Kariri, who's playing on his own now, as a sweeper without any defenders in front of him. Kamil, he'll launch this long again. It's out-and-out attack. Al-Qahtani can't get there. Nawaf headers down towards Naif. Cleared by Bassem Fati. Oh, well played by Abu Keshek. He's got there ahead of Kariri. But he's been robbed. Abdulaziz. Kamil again. Kamil towards the back post. Good header from Asami. Yasser was in there, Al-Qahtani. But it's saved again. Well, this is heart-in-mouth stuff. Not a single person has left this stadium. The Saudi fans hoping against hope for one last chance. Oh, and it might just come at the other end. Walid. Well, he will be more desperate than anybody else for his side to get an equaliser. It was his mistake on 43 minutes, which saw the only goal of the game. A simple cross from Baha, which he let float over his head. And now Nasir, he had a great chance as well. Nasir into the area. The pass towards Yasser. And a second time saved by the keeper, Shafi. And don't tell me he's injured now again.
Same old story. But why not? Its job is done, definitely.
Well, he's made a couple of important saves.
Yeah, absolutely. To the Jordan team, they are so organized, so good, so fit today.
It's a brave piece of keeping as well, diving at the feet of Yasser Al-Qahtani. Whistles from the Jordan fans who are jumping about, celebrating perhaps prematurely. The Jordan team are all waiting to jump out of the dugout. The 5 minutes are up. Here's one last chance, O'Day for Abu Keshek. Oh, and they haven't been able to put it away, but there goes the final whistle. Jordan denied a victory in their opening game by that late equaliser for Japan. This time, they've held on. And Saudi Arabia have fallen, crashed to a second straight defeat in Group B. And while there are scenes of joy with the Jordanian camp, it's tragic at the other end because Walid, the goalkeeper for Saudi Arabia, he's just fallen in a heap. He's had to be pulled up by his teammates. He's a broken man. Well, Jordan, they can celebrate.
Asian Cup 2011, I believe, has his first sensation out of Saudi Arabia. Maybe it's the end of a good area of a good period of football in Saudi Arabia. Big disappointment. They couldn't find a way to succeed.
And there is that poor keeper, Walid, who's being consoled by his teammates. Well, he must shoulder some of the burden, there's no doubt about that, some of the responsibility, but at the other end, they couldn't score. And that is what has cost them equally in the first game as well against Syria. So the arrival of Nasser Al-Johar didn't have the desired effect, but the team played better.
Better.
Much better.
Better.
But the result is the same.
Especially first time.
There is the goal. It just went right over Walid. That's why he's so upset. Look at the faces in that Jordan team. Well, it was a brave performance from Saudi Arabia. They lack a bit of quality, they lack a bit of organisation. It hasn't been enough time for Al-Johar, the new coach. They've had trouble sacking Jose Pizarro after one game. But they gave it more. It was good to see them fight. They created chances. They just lacked cohesion. It was a pure and simple problems behind the scenes on the training ground, I think.
It's always difficult against a well-organized team like Jordan. They are playing their system from the beginning to the end. They never change. and now they are cheering, and they deserve it. They are heroes in Jordan.
And one of the happiest of the lot is Shafi, the goalkeeper. He's leading the celebrations. And what a moment for these fans. They came here expecting so little in a tough group. Saudi Arabia, Japan, and Syria. And here they are, for the moment, sitting atop the pile. They lead the Group B standings. They have 4 points. Saudi Arabia, bottom of the pile, with no points from 2 defeats. And coming up in just over 1 hour's time.
Another great achievement for my friend Ahmed. He has shown a fantastic team today. There are no superstars, but it's a good mix both of youth and experience, well organized.
And of course, Syria, if they get a point against Japan this evening, will draw level with Jordan at the top of Group B. Japan, likewise, with a win over Syria. As we might just wait to see who wins the Man of the Match award. And it's Hassan, the number 18, who didn't get on the